Hello, welcome to another episode of I Understand Nation. We're back with a lot of releases this week.
Yeah.
There was a lot that that I didn't even want to post. I'm pretty sure seeing with you guys.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, there was some that you posted after I posted. I'm like, wait a second, did I dream post these? Let me check.
It's because this girl was updating for me. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, Nick, you got this first one. Why'd you start off strong, man?
All right. Should be an easy thing to do with this song. So this is BZ Boys with Close Your Eyes. So we've heard this genre from boy groups before. I would say it's the boy group version of the ethereal concept for girl groups.
Yep.
You know, it's very relaxing in the same way ethereal as well.
Ethereal.
A lot of soft synths.
Right.
Yeah, to add to that atmosphere.
Yep. Super atmospheric.
Mm-hmm.
But nevertheless, it's not a song that I'm tired of listening to.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is really good, and I think it's really well done. I don't have a lot of info on this group.
But
yeah, I know they've been around for at least a couple years or so.
So I looked them up a little bit beforehand. They debuted in 2019 in June.
Yeah.
And two of the members were on Produce. One was on Produce Season 2. The other was on Produce X 101.
Oh.
Okay.
So...
Okay.
Granted, they weren't on the same season, but they were on Produces. And then... but I think the leader, maybe not the leader, I don't remember, but he brought in one of the members.
Okay.
So that's all I really remember reading about them. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say like you said, right, we've heard this lot before. I think if it wasn't for them incorporating that plucked guitar,
Mm-hmm.
it would have been really bland for me because I definitely needed some of that texture.
Yeah, it definitely gives it that kind of summery vibe.
Mm-hmm.
It really helps add to that, and also add to the general atmosphere of the song as well. Really opens up that soundstage.
Right.
And especially with their their vocal styles, right? Because their vocal styles does match that kind of ethereal, soothing, atmospheric, style.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely needed a bit of texture in the song. Otherwise, I probably would have been like, "This is boring."
Also, incorporating drops helps them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
it does because it gives the song a stronger feeling, which matches better with their vocal tones. They're all very strong vocalists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it gives it some momentum before they run out of momentum. Keeps it going. Yeah, agree. So, Oro, what do you have about the music video?
So it's a very visual music video. But one of the biggest things I like about this music video is whoever the stylist was very much was able to make them stand out comparatively to the background. Like when the background is dark, they'll either have white or a really outspoken red, or if the background is a lot lighter, they've got the dark colors to contrast. So they really do pop in the music video. They're not easily blendable into the background, and then there's that kind of smearing effect that kind of tries to combine them with the surroundings, but at the same time it doesn't take away from that poppiness that comes with the color contrast, which is I've said tons of times that can be done really well or done really poorly depending on how you utilize the colors. And whoever color coordinated this did a really good job. Unfortunately, I don't know. It is. I would say it's a performance music video, as well. Because is really focused on like the dancing, the performance, the boys, rather than telling like a story. You know, there's not a lot of things to try to describe what's going on or what's going on with the song. So you can easily just ignore the music video and just listen to the song.
Basically, ignore the choreography. The choreography is that boring?
No, not the music video as a whole. You can basically go. It doesn't. I don't feel like it goes hand in hand for the entire whole music video with the song. If that makes sense. Because like, there's nothing to really make it really pop and to make it pair really well. Like, it doesn't like make a significant addition to the song. At least that's what I think.
I mean, maybe it's because they wanted to focus in on the choreography and the debut storytelling,
right? Which isn't it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, the music video itself doesn't like enhance the song. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they just want to use the music video to really help acquaint the audience with the members of the song.
Yeah.
And let those maybe let the choreography do the storytelling or whatever. Like, because maybe it's just a profile video.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Profile / performance video. It just depends. You know, that could have been the intention of what the company was going for.
Yeah.
When you're trying to promote this.
Yeah, and there's honestly nothing wrong with that, you know.
Now, earlier I said guitar. It's probably actually more like a gayoon, isn't it, Nick? In the song. Because when they had, because like you hear it in the chorus.
You mean that descending pluck?
What's that?
You mean that when it goes down, you hear all the individual strings?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably a guzheng.
A guzheng?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The biggest difference between a gayoon and a guzheng is that a guzheng has 21 strings.
Okay.
That is a
and
lot.
The way it's played is a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
It's more utilized for fast plucking, whereas a gayoon is more utilized for vibrato.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of slow melodic, better tunes. So I would assume it's a guzheng just because of how fast it is played and how many different strings I think I can hear off that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too familiar with listening for guzhengs, but that's
Yeah.
what I would assume it would be.
And guzheng is a Chinese instrument. Is there a Korean equivalent of it?
That's a gayoon.
I mean, like a more closer Korean equivalent of it?
Nah, it's
Just okay.
A gayoon is the closest it gets,
Okay.
and then the Japanese variant would be a koto.
Koto. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I don't know. What else you got? Nick? What?
No.
So aside from that, as I said, I don't really know anything about this group, but I'm actually pretty or you talked about they debuted June of 2019, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So for being around basically for 2 years now, I think that they're actually very strong, especially coming from a smaller company.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, I'm definitely looking forward to like kind of how they grow, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are some things that I wish the song would have done differently. One of those would have been switching up the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
In the final chorus of the song. I just wish they would have done something differently to kind of give me a little bit, keep me on my toes, I guess would be the right word for it.
Can I give you something to look forward to?
Yeah, because I mean, I felt like I could predict the entire way through the song. I think they played it really safe, and unfortunately, we've talked about this before, but unfortunately, just right now in K-pop, that's not something you can do. Safe does not get you anywhere.
Right.
So you kind of have to, like, play up and play unsafe a little bit.
Take some rest. Sure. All right. Or you got anything else you want to add?
No, not really. I think we can move it on.
All right. Actually, man, Nick, I think you have to bring in the next one.
Again,
you know me so well. So, this is JENYER with her song "SOOP" and featuring Heo Gayoon. If you don't know who JENYER or Heo Gayoon is, you have literally personally offended me. So Heo Gayoon and JENYER are both former members of 4 Minute. Very prominent members, Jiyoon and Gayoon. But yeah, so with that, I guess they're doing a song together, and that makes my heart happy.
Yeah. These two, they were they were also like their own subunit within for me, right? Jiyoon.
Yeah, Jiyoon. Yeah.
So I mean, it would make sense that, like, besides the fact that they're already in a group together, but they also promoted as a subunit together.
Yep.
That they would work so well together with this song.
Yeah. I was not expecting to hear from both of these artists this week. Kind of threw me for a loop because I was like, wait, is that like the JENYER I know, or is that like a new person using the same name? Man. But
yeah.
I will say I'm a little bit perturbed by this song.
What?
And its prominence of a cello, but its musical lack of a cello. If you're gonna feature a cello, just use it the way through the song. Come on, man. Now, we were talking about this a little bit beforehand, and Jiyoon did mention that there is a cello in the song. But come on, you just like let it go all the way through. Let it support the bass line. It's not hard.
Right.
Yeah.
But aside from that,
yeah, because they're trying to go for like a very empty sound with this.
Yeah.
With
this
this
is super minimalist.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of empty space in the music.
We've talked about it before, how sometimes if you do it right, less is more. And it was really well used here. But I still feel like if they're going for the less is more, they could have eliminated a lot of that pizzicato plucking. You know, I feel like they wanted to commit to less is more and like actually go for it, but they didn't want to like fully invest into it a little bit. Which is a little bit upsetting. Because I think especially with Heo Gayoon and Jiyoon as well, like two together, they have a very like interesting. Their vocals work interestingly together. It's not like it's the same person singing, you know, where they have the same vocal timbre.
Right.
But I think the minimalist nature could have worked very well if they committed a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess it suits the lyrics really well because, you know, the lyrics are pretty kind of heartrending.
That's true.
So.
It to be honest, like, so I'm gonna say this here and now, and Nick can hate me all he wants. I wasn't exactly the biggest 4 Minute fan, so yeah, Nick, whatever.
You hate K-pop. It's not my fault.
Yeah, but you know, from the songs that I've listened from 4 Minute, like I feel like feels like a nice change of pace from 4 Minute. It's definitely a different feel. It doesn't feel like it's angry or like girl crushy or that like kind of 4 Minute kind of style, and
it's a heartbreak song.
Yeah, it's got like that deep feel, that song that feels nice, you know.
Feels nice to be heartbroken.
Well,
or to be
the
longing for somebody.
The not being angry part feels nice.
Okay. I know what you're getting at. I'm just trolling.
I know. Twisting my words. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. It was a pleasant song.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty emotional. The music video played into those emotions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You especially saw it towards the climax of the music video.
Mm-hmm. Using a lot of dark colors, using like the whole like blood and makeup and all that. Yeah, it used it decently well.
Yeah, it's a bit. I guess you could say it's a bit cliche, but the way they muted all sound right at the end for like the last 10 seconds.
Yeah,
give it a bit of impact.
Yeah.
So.
What's also really cool is like you listen to these two together, right? And we haven't heard Jiyoon in forever, but you can tell that both as vocalists they've grown, and like they've gotten better in their vocalists,
right?
In the way they vocalize emotion, especially. So I think that's really cool as well to just like, especially if you were around when like and listening to K-pop when 4 Minute was a group, right? You could tell how much they've grown and how much they've progressed as vocalists as well.
Yeah, and I think too, besides like the progression of as vocalists, but also like just that progression through life, accumulating life experiences. Because when Jiyoon debuted as a subunit, that was 2013.
Jeez.
4 Minute announced the disbandment like 2016.
Yeah,
so,
something like that.
They've had some time to grow as people and probably go through quite a few of the emotions that there's portraying here in the song and in this music video.
Right.
Yeah.
Either way, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good.
All right, so you guys ready to move on to this next one?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right, so this is I can probably keep it together. This is Kim Jong Kook with 80s with Be My Lover. And Aura go.
Me go. Okay, well, so this is obviously a collaboration between the two, and this. So Nick and I talked about this a little bit before you joined the call. This definitely feels like it took more. Kim Jong Kook took more of the lead for this song. Let's be honest here.
He's there someday by like 3 generations.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying like Kim Jong Kook definitely took the lead. It's one of those softer. It gives a ballad feel. Obviously with Kim Jong Kook being a ballad singer.
Yep.
Like, okay, so I never listened to Turbo. It just wasn't my thing.
Yeah, same. I've heard him in passing.
The instant they did Gen 1, the Gen 1 sounds so well here. Because the first thing I thought of when I listened to the song was, oh, this sounds like HOT.
Now, it's not just in the song itself. You see it in her fashion style, the choreography, bro. I died at that one part where like Kim Jong Kook took center, and they did the very tropey Gen 1 butterfly choreography. I just died. I was laughing because like, man, that's so Gen 1.
It is. This music video feels like a retro callback.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And especially like when they got the sax blaring in the background too. Like that's, again, like that takes it up. So that places it much more close to like early 90s Gen 1 sound, because like that's coming off the tail end of like that was a very popular thing in like 80s pop style, with the sax, and then it carried on into like the early '90s for the Korean sound.
Right.
And I think by the time like early 2000s, it started to die off.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, it's like all the hallmarks of like Gen 1.
Mm-hmm. It feels like some of the early boy groups, because this definitely doesn't feel like your typical like ATEEZ like hard hitting song. Yep. It's a very brighter, happier, more youthful like K-pop boy group song, and you know, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just more in line with Kim Jong Kook. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a very nostalgic sound.
One thing that they did super well was including those really high pitched synth bells.
Yes.
You know, like those synth bells are exactly the hallmark of Gen 1. Like,
oh yeah, like,
if you
come on,
didn't hear those,
SES, let's go.
Yes, SES, HOT, Chakra, all of them. Chakra, HOT, like SES, all of them included this like really high pitched bell sound.
Especially Sharp. You remember Sharp?
Oh my god. True. Even Coyote did it quite a bit.
Yes. Man. Yeah, I couldn't help but think about Coyote.
Man.
And considering Kim Jong Kook is 5th gen, ATEEZ is 4th gen, I was kind of looking throughout this entire music video to say, okay, any callbacks to 2nd and 3rd gen? Like, let's throw a little bit more like callbacks in. You know, I think it would have worked just fine. You know,
they did have a 4th gen skip when they started doing the rap. That was very like 4th gen, including a random rap break that still somehow worked.
Mm-hmm.
Because they in 1st gen they would have just kept the song rolling, and then the rap would have just moved in somewhere.
Yeah, it's like here's a rap, like out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like also that talking at the beginning of the song as well. That's super intro? Gen 1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They would always like give like a spiel at the beginning.
Yeah. And so that's very Gen 1 R&B. Like R&B R&B K-pop.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Was it GOD?
Oh yeah. Yep. And that siren at the beginning, that horn at the beginning.
Yeah. Oh
man.
I mean,
ATEEZ.
I mean, we shouldn't be really surprised, because didn't ATEEZ do a Black Cat or Nero like remix? I feel like they did.
I don't remember that.
I've brained up a lot of things as these weeks go on because of all these new releases.
Yeah. We listened to like 1,000 or 2,000 songs in the year. Like, I don't remember anything anymore.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm going to look.
But like even that sports jersey with the number on it, even that is like super Gen 1.
Yep. Oh man, yeah, because that was like the height of '90s fashion. Because of hip hop.
The super baggy
sports jersey, the football style.
The football jerseys. Yeah, I remember HOT did a performance in that.
Yeah.
Man.
I guess so what I'm looking at is actually a performance music video and not a so yeah, it was not a music video, it was just a performance video. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
So with the outfits, right? We talked about how they had some of the 90s style outfits.
Mm-hmm.
Kim Jong-kook, he looks more like an uncle taking his nephews out to play.
Yep. I was waiting for you to say that. He is like literally a dad. But he's like that dad that you just don't want to mess with, because you know you're going to
get beat.
You know, you're going to get beat.
Yeah, he'll just grab you like by the face and like just squeeze, and like that would be like enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. He will literally throw you across the football field.
Hey, just be glad that there weren't name tags on ATEEZ's backs, okay?
So, you know, I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah.
Because when we first heard about the collab happening, was it the week before? We were kind of hesitant.
Yeah.
About how it was going to turn out.
I was scared.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say I was scared, but this was actually in line with what I expected, to be honest. I felt like, considering Kim Jong Kook is the Sunbae, he's been in the industry for a while. I felt like, yeah, it more likely than not it was going to go towards this kind of route, being almost a ballad type song with a little bit of pop to try to fit with the teaser style.
I actually expected Kim Jong Kook to have a smaller singing part in the song, where it's just really more like yeah, they say collaboration, but it's really like 80s with Kim Jong Kook.
Mm-hmm.
But that defied my expectations, and I'm glad they turned out the way they did.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys ready moving on?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so up next is we got HONDAM with BAEKCHIMI. HONDAM, she is a soloist. They debuted last year.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, why don't you kind of pull us into what the song is? What's going on with the song?
Man, what isn't going on with the song? So we start off with that super synthesized, like almost. I would say it's a pluck.
And it's almost kind of like borderline reggae in its feel.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's that full send, but then they have some I would say they have some traditional instruments as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, which fits with the video that we're seeing.
But then they also like threw in some like EDM, classic EDM synths that we've,
Yep.
the usual tropes of EDM from 2018, 2019, 2020.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this song is kind of like a little bit all over the place.
Yeah.
And
then on the breakdown, it takes everything that they've the information they've just given you, and just throw it out. It's done. We don't need it anymore. Just
we're done with that. Here's what we got coming up next.
Yeah. And then once the course is over, they take that stuff that they just threw away and put that back.
It's got this quirkiness to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm glad you guys picked up on that. The quirkiness that you're talking about, right? There's kind of a bit of a airheadedness that's like depicted in her mannerism throughout this music video. Mm-hmm. So the word BAEKCHIMI, it's hard to explain. It's you kind of use it as you would use it as like a compliment when you're describing someone, especially like a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you're saying they're not in a bad way, but they're ignorant to the point that it's cute, kind of like an innocent cute, right? They're cute because they're so innocent, like they just don't really know. And so that's what the lyrics kind of go into, right? And then obviously the music video to support those lyrics. That's where that quirkiness comes from. She's just kind of airheaded, but cute.
Okay. I which kind of makes like the entire style that they've gone with into the music video make a little bit more sense now that you say it, because she does have that hime cut. Her style is almost like a mix between like, I wouldn't say regal or royal, but almost like a princessy kind of style, but also it doesn't look normal. It doesn't look like it fits in your stereotypical like princess kind of style. But it's got its own quirkiness. So BAEKCHIMI does, the way you've said it, kind of starts making sense with what you've just said, if that's the case, Mm-hmm. And even with the prince-like guy, even he doesn't fully match a princiness, but he kind of has his own quirkiness. Same with, I believe, the gardener. He's got his own quirkiness as well. And while they kind of have similar styles for the costumes, it's not fully into the full send into the costumes with the quirkiness. So yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed this a lot more than I expected. Yeah, I saw the name. I'm like, all right, I don't recognize it.
Yeah.
It's a soloist. Cool. All right. And then that song, just the way the intro, I'm like, what is going on with the song? It's like what Nick was saying, right? Because it's kind of all over the place.
Right.
And I don't know. I guess for me, you probably already noticed this, Nick. Like, I kind of do like it when songs are like a bit all over the place. Like you noticed that with ITZY, right? When they debuted Dala Dala, you know, I really did enjoy how that song just went everywhere.
Or like any of Saturday's releases.
Bro, Saturday.
Yep.
There's a reason why they're still like one of my favorite groups ever.
Quirk leaders.
Yeah, and you know, man, now that you say that, I would love to see like Saturday do this concept.
They could do it.
Because they would do it so well.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. They pull it off so well. That quirkiness too, love it. I'm all for it.
One thing I really like is so when you make a song that is this all over the place, it can become difficult to transition. Transition a song. If you don't transition a song really well, you're gonna be in a world of pain, and that pain is the comment section. Because they're not gonna know what's happening, right?
Right.
Yep.
That's one thing that ITZY's Dala Dala did really well, is their transitions were on point at all times. And here they do that really well as well. The transitions are perfectly timed and right where they need to be. You know, it's not like it's an excessive amount of transitions, and it's not like there's any transition, like no transitions at all. And they switch it up every time. So like one time they use synths, the next time they use a voice.
They use some percussiveness.
Yep.
Right. Yep.
And then they use more ancient instruments at one point. It's all of these transitions are so well done. They use like a kind of rappy like chant almost at one point.
Yep. Yeah.
So it's super cool.
Yeah, it really is. Like, you know, a song like this, and especially because of the, you know, all that kind of classic folk aesthetic, like, and with the song and the imagery, you know, like it's well put on like my playlist. It has like, you know, one us is like Gotcha. You know,
could also throw this in with like any man. There's so many artists like Suvi or Seori.
Yeah.
Yep. Works
oh man, yeah. Well, I mean, since you already brought up Seori, I guess it's time to move it on to our next one, right?
All right.
Laura, you want to take it away?
All right. Yeah. So
take it away from Nick.
Considering Nick had two. All right. This is Seori with "Dive with You" featuring Jay. It is a lyric video. And yeah, what are your guys' thoughts?
Oh, can you clarify for our audience which Jay you're talking about?
So this is Jay from Day 6, or with how he spells it when he goes solo, is each, but it's still pronounced Jay. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, they've worked together before, and we've talked about their collaborations together, and honestly, when they're together, they actually really do really well together, in my opinion. We've talked like highly about their other collaborations together. So
I don't think we've never featured any of her releases.
Sorry?
Yeah. Skipped any of them? I think we pretty much covered everything that she's released ever since we discovered her, right?
I think we skipped one, and that's the only reason is because we didn't catch it when it released.
Yeah, I think we captured it like maybe 2 or 3 weeks after it released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in general, yeah, I think you're right. I'm pretty sure we've talked about every single thing Sodi's released. And I mean, to be fair, she does slap.
Yeah.
I mean, she hasn't missed, so.
Right. And even like her stuff from before she got like, you know, fairly big.
Yeah.
Like,
or more well known. Yeah.
Her stuff was always been pretty good.
Yeah, I remember I discovered Seori around the same time I discovered Suvi. And it just both of them together just worked like so well. One song after another. But man, so I mean, we've been listening to Seori for over a year now, I think.
Yeah.
But man, and she's also super consistent with releasing as well.
Yep.
But with this song, it's super nostalgic, reminiscent almost, and super just calming. This is what I'd call a night drive song.
Yeah,
bro.
You know,
if you're about night drives.
Yeah, if you're driving at night, this is like one of those songs that you're gonna want to put on because it matches so well.
What was it? It was like Driving the Night, or was it like something about Song in the Night?
Lovers in the
Night. Yeah. These would definitely be some of the song. This and that would definitely be songs that I would be listening to while I was driving.
Of course, Nick and I would know the title of the song you're talking
about. Like, man, she has perfected this genre. And she does it so well. We've seen the last few releases have been like that. And what she does really well is that she doesn't limit herself to this genre.
Right.
Because like we saw with Trigger was a completely different genre of song.
Yeah. Like she even had a lo-fi.
Yeah. Yep. So, definitely really like this song. I also really like the way they transition into Jay.
And his deliveries too, man. Ooh.
Yeah.
Smooth.
I mean, it's super clean.
Yeah, it didn't feel like what you would usually hear with Jay. Jay definitely matched well with how they transitioned into him, and matched like kind of her. She went with a more ethereal style for this music video. In her vocals.
Yes.
And
same with Jay.
Yeah, and he matched it so well.
Yeah, because if you remember the very first song that we covered from Sorry was a song that was just Seori and Jay.
Yeah.
It Just Is from last year. And yeah, like that time around, like he had much more kind of like lower vocals, much more kind of smokier deliveries.
Yeah.
Yeah. As opposed to here, like man, like yeah, it really is just smooth, clean.
And
love it.
Jay is really good at adapting his vocal style to fit the needs of the song. Like, if you have ever listened to his solo stuff, he released a song called Pac-Man. And in Pac-Man, I mean, he's all over the scale. Like, he's a very vocally strong singer in that song. But here, he's just completely different. And I really like that he has that really deep understanding of what he needs to do. Adaptable singers are really underrated, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it really just shows like their songwriting talents, really, because they're both really good songwriters. And I think a lot of K-pop fans kind of take for granted, right? Songwriting, like they don't really notice when some of these artists or groups write their own songs. And they just assume like, oh, the songs are just always going to be good.
True.
And not care who wrote the song. But like in a song like this where they wrote it, and they have that, because they wrote it, they have that thorough understanding of what they're trying to convey, what they're trying to do. I mean, that's how you get great stuff like this. It's just another quality release from one of our favorite duos.
They don't miss.
And to go off of that, it's also harder to go back to and work with the same artist over and over with different styles, and which shows how amazing Seori and Jay do actually work together. They both can adapt to different styles of songs. They can work together so well. So it's like having them together just works so well.
Yep, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, absolutely. All right. You guys ready for your picks of the week?
I actually am this week.
I think I am too.
All right. I don't think you guys would be surprised with my pick. Aura, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think my pick is?
I think your pick is going to be Seori.
How about you, Nick?
I'd say HONDAM.
Nick's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
right. Who's next?
Nick.
All right. Well, you know, if this MV wasn't around, I would have absolutely picked Seori and Jae. However, I gotta give it to Yoon. You know, I can't. JENYER with Heo Gayoon, I just, my heart cannot.
It's a very solid release.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, then since neither of you picked it, I'm picking Seori. Let's dive with you.
Oh, come on, guys. What about Jong Kook ATEEZ?
Come on, man. That's a solid release too.
It is, actually.
It is.
Yeah, actually, you can't go wrong with any of these picks, to be honest.
You can't.
It's
but you know that pairing of Seori and Jae just it's so calming. It is so good.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, guess it's time for our quick shots. First up, so Blackpink's Liese just announced her upcoming solo debut.
Yep.
So, about time, right?
Right.
Yep.
It's been. I mean, they've talked about it before, but yeah,
for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
All right. So, in other upcoming news, Starships has announced that later this year they're going to release a new girl group with former IONE members YangYang and Jiyoon. Hopefully it goes through. We don't know the other members, but they're scheduled to debut within the second half of this year. We don't know the name, we don't know the number of members, or what the concept is yet. But yeah, definitely looking forward to YangYang and Jiyoon to debut once again, and all that.
Right.
Nick should be up next.
Let's go. All right. So something I'm super excited about. If you know me at all, you'll know I am a Flover. And I am also used to From Us9 not getting comebacks for 1.5 years. But that is what it is. But if you're following news recently, you would know that From Us9 is now signed over to Pledis. That change was announced like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. And a lot of Flowers weren't happy, but it is what it is. Well, now From Us9 is confirmed to be gearing up for their first comeback under Pledis Entertainment. So a source from Pledis clarified that From Us9 is working with the goal of making a comeback in early September. This is their first comeback under Pledis, so we're paying special attention to them. Mm-hmm. This will make I think this will make the second time From Us has had a comeback twice in the same year.
I was about to ask you that because I think the last time that's happened was was Glass Shoes and what was the other one that released that year? That was 2017, right?
I think so.
So
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I think it was Glass Shoes and Two Heart that came out the same year.
Yeah, because I think Love Bum was by itself.
Yeah, it was 2018.
But yeah, so super excited to see what they have in store for us.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
All right. With that, we think we're about ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's wrap her up.
All right. Thank you for watching. This has been IOS Nation. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon if you want to know when we upload in the future. Link to all our socials and the MVs that we talked about, and maybe some other hidden gems will be in the description box down below, so make sure you go check those out as well. We greatly appreciate it, and give love to the artists. A lot of them are very underappreciated, so any view counts. And with that, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.